Well, howdy there, folks. This is your host, ID Jester. We're back with Pillars of Eternity, the full release here. Just released just a couple hours ago. This is by Obsidian Entertainment, the studio behind Baldur's Gate back in the day, and you're going to see many similarities to that. So before I start actually in the game here, I'm going to just talk for a second about how I'm going to run this playthrough here for you guys at home. I'm not going to read line by line everything that comes on the screen. And I'm going to try and flip through some of it. I should tell you right off the bat first, obviously, spoilers. If you want to play the game, you want to experience it yourself. Obviously, in the beginning here, not too much different. You're going to be able to see things pretty easily here in the beginning. And the beginning is very tutorial-ish, very simplistic, so you're not going to get too many, ruin the story or anything like that. So this episode probably won't have that issue. But probably a couple episodes from now, we'll start looking at more things that are story-driven. So I'm not going to read everything line by line by line. I'm going to maybe just paraphrase what's going on. And if you want, you can just put the video on pause if you want to read it. And we'll go from there. I'm going to kind of role play my character throughout this here. And kind of decide my actions based on what I think my character would do, as opposed to what I think might be the best option in the game. So just keep that in mind as well. Again, this is a text-driven game. There is some voice acting in it, but obviously not everything is voice acted. Most of the side quests and a lot of the story is not voice acted, but the main storyline, I believe, is mostly voice acted. So there'll be some voice that we'll listen to, and otherwise I'm just going to paraphrase and kind of flip through the screens here. Basically, the cut screen we missed is basically we are been hired by a caravan to go to the city. Went our way to the city, and a big tree came down and blocks our path, so we decided to make camp for the night, and that's where we pick up the story. So here we go. Very excited. Okay, so the caravan master, which is Odima, is talking to everyone here in the group.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
Alright, so obviously some voice acting there again. At this point, I don't believe we can actually move the screen or anything. Nope, okay, just wanted to make sure. Stuff that's bold and white is actually voice acted. Everything else isn't. And again, I've already adjusted our text size to be 20% larger. So if it looks larger on your screen than maybe some other people's, that's because I did that. And I am wearing my glasses, so hopefully I will be able to read everything. So Odima is telling everyone to stay close to the wagons, not venture out.
Crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
All right.
The rumbling rot could be. There's a stinging beetle around here carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
Alright, so basically we tell him we're sick.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. But see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Alright, so obviously any text-driven game we have lots of different dialogue choices. One of the important things in this game is a lot of the options will be based upon your reputation, your, I forget the word they use it, but basically it's like your, how your demeanor is, and also based on your stats. So you might see different options based on if you have real high perceived stat or maybe a dexterity or whatever. You might have different options than I might actually have, which is great. Where would I find these berries, sir?
Grow on a bush that's common around here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
All right. Well, what about these
Definitely won't
ruins?
see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
Up and right over here is kind of a little tutorial about what I was just mentioning. Your character's attributes, skills, race, class, culture, and sex may open up options for you in the dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices. Who did build these
Got
ruins?
different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
You know what? I'm going to actually. Can't get to the options menu just yet because we're in here. I might turn up the sound for the when they talk, so it's a little easier for you guys to hear at home. Let's see. Let's go see where the berries are. What are these huge rocks coming up from the ground? You see all these huge rocks. Let's take a look at
You
them.
don't got Adra where you come from?
Adra.
Well, it just
Okay.
grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
So Adra.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
All right, last
Not if
option.
you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
What kind of weather do they get around here? Yeah, probably any other. So we'll just
Hold
leave.
on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. If you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
All right, so he looks at everybody else and picks out someone for us. Kalisha.
Kalisha!
So he's sending Kalisha with us.
What
All
kind
right.
of guide says something like that?
Kind you can
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I'm off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out.
You heard the man.
All right. So basically, he tells Kalisha to come with us. All right. So welcome to Pillars of Eternity. This is your first visit to the world of Edora. You might want to watch these windows to become familiar with the tools and interface available to you. Okay, I'm going to leave the tutorials on. Thank you. Go away. Maybe it just auto goes away. All right. Let's see. Can I make this a little larger? Would be nice. Oh, I can make it go over. Can I make it go up? Can I? Oh, I can drag. Okay, so you can take up as much of your screen as you want. We are going to take up about that much there. Okay, so we can. So our two characters here, down on the bottom left-hand corner, here is kind of our interface where we can adjust. So time goes by as we're just sitting here. Actually, time goes by. We can actually go at half speed, or we can go at normal speed, or we can actually go at double speed. And of course, now we can actually, Glendon, we can go into her character sheet and show you a little bit more here. So we can do that. I'm just looking at all the different options. Inventory, character. All right, so here's our character sheet. So this is basically all the information about our character, our health and endurance, our damage, our accuracy. All right, so here's how the combat works. Very, again, not like anything else out there, and fortunately for us, that is a good thing. I'm so glad they didn't choose some stupid rule set like the Dungeons and Dragons rules. And even though I play Dungeons and Dragons, I would hate for it to be on the computer because it's just there's so much more you can do, and the D&D system is just made for face-to-face. I'm not playing this face-to-face, so there's no need to have simplistic rules. More complex rules gives us much more options. All right, so we have our main attributes here: might, con, dex, perception, intellect, and resolve. And also we have our skills: stealth, athletics, lore, mechanics, and survival. So there are only 5 at this point. And you can see that each of these skills will give us other bonuses or penalties. We have some abilities: elemental endurance, which is going to give us 10 damage reduction to burn and freeze. We have the Mind Wave, which is our spell that we can use. We have our Soul Whisper, again, another one of these. I keep calling it a spell, but it's not necessarily a spell. It's more of an ability. And we have the Whisper of Treason as well. Soul Whip. To generate a field of parasitic energy that lashes out at the target, increasing damage inflicted and generating focus for the Cipher. Alright, so here's the way hit points, and I call them hit points only because that's what most people are familiar with in the game, is you have health. This is your character's total health. This is how much damage they can take before, obviously, they die. Endurance is basically a subcategory of your health that you will take into each fight with you, and when your endurance is dropped to 0, let's see here. Endurance represents a character's short-term survivability. Damage that is not absorbed by a character's damage reduction goes straight to endurance and health. Potions and healing magic can restore endurance in combat. When the character's endurance reaches 0, he's knocked out. A knocked out character can be brought back in combat through the use of revive ability. Otherwise, characters regain all their endurance at the end of combat. So, I basically have 34 hit points to go through the combat. If my endurance goes to 0, I get knocked out. At the end of that combat, my endurance comes right back, but any points that I've taken comes off of my health. When my health drops to 0, health is a long-term damage. Damage that is not absorbed by your character's damage reduction goes straight to the health endurance. When a character's health reaches 0, they will either be maimed or killed, depending on your game's settings. A main character who has been reduced to 0 health will always be killed, regardless of setting. Unlike endurance, the character's health does not get restored after combat. So we have our endurance gets restored. It's kind of think of them as these are the amount of hit points we have for the encounter. When these are removed, when we take, say, 35 points of damage, our health will be at 100, our endurance will be at 0. We'll be knocked out. We won't be able to do anything short term, but we're not just automatically killed. Here's our damage. Okay, so there we go, and we can take a look at Kalisha here. Character. Here we go. Here's her character. What is it? So we have a first level fighter. She's got 48 hit points, a little bit tougher, obviously. A lot more health, total health. What kind of items does she have? Here's our items. Here's our characters. We actually have a ring here. I think this is because we pre-ordered the game. Guan's Pledge. This item grants the ability to shield the wearer from the mystical pearls that plague the world of Eora, an aspect of the god Ethorus. Okay. So it gives us, oops, what does it give us? Grants Guan's Pledge. Alright, so we will equip that on our character because, well, we pre-ordered, we might as well use it. We also get a pet. Tiny plastic pig follows you. Okay, well, I guess we'll have a little pet pig maybe somewhere. Looks like we can put it on this. Well, maybe these are our character colors. Just looking to see if there's anywhere. Okay, so it's a pet. Quick items. Maybe we don't have to equip it. I don't know. Didn't realize that I had that, but okay. So, oh, you know what? That's why. Because we had the wrong character selected. We have to click on our character. I bet you we can equip it now. Yep, right there. Alright. So we couldn't obviously put it on one of the NPCs. So we can only put this item specifically on our character. So I think that means... Yep, there's our little pet. So, actually this might be a little bit too... So you can use arrow keys, WASD, whatever you're used to move the screen around. We can scroll in and out with our scroll button on our mouse. We cannot rotate the map, I don't believe. So it's not a three-dimensional map. As a matter of fact, if we look at our map here, what's the key for map M? Of course it is. It is just like the old Baldur's Gate, where it's kind of like a 2D painting that has three-dimensional textures on top of it. So you can't actually rotate your view, but we can zoom in, zoom out. We can highlight one character. We're going to right-click to move. Okay. We can highlight both of them and move them together, just like the old days. We can actually come in here and go into formations, and we can choose what kind of formation. If we want one up front, one single file, we will then click. You notice they got into like a single file thing. If we click over here, they just kind of move in single file. Whatever formation you think is best for your party, you can actually come in and create a custom formation, which is, oh my god, so good. So I can say, you know what, I want this character here, I want this character to be back and to the right. And this is your kind of your center point. So maybe off a little bit like that. All right, now if we click, you notice we got one character just kind of back, one that's kind of more front and off to the side. You can adjust who's up front, obviously, by going in and just, dragging the portrait around. So, Calissa, you're our fighter, and I'm kind of a fightery too, so we're just going to go kind of side by side like that. We'll use a custom formation like that. Great idea to have a custom. Anything on the map that is interactive will highlight up, like this thing there, like a blue object. So that's interactable. And let's see if we can see anything. Nope. Okay, come over here. Let's come over here. Obviously, most people you encounter in the world are neutral or friendly. You can interact with them by clicking on them. Yep. Alright, so we can interact with this guy over here if we wanted to come and talk with him, or maybe someone over here. Oh, there's a box here.
What you need?
There we go. So inside the box is a potion of minor regeneration and some copper pieces. So we can click on a character's portrait and grab it, or we can hit a stash button here, and it goes in the stash. If we bring up our characters again, inventory again. So each of our characters has a specific inventory, and then we have, say, a stash that just keeps everything else in it. So, oops, I didn't grab that. So I want, we'll just have her, oops, grab everything. There we go. All right, so you kind of mouse over and figure out.
Indeed.
We got our little pig following us along. Isn't that cute? Yeah, it's a pre-order thing. I was gonna get the game anyway, so it didn't hurt to. Oh, there's something over there. Let's go over there. Take a look at what's hanging out over here. Hey, we got some Direwood clothing. So we'll click on our character and grab it, because this will give us a good opportunity to go in our inventory and kind of show you the difference here. So right now we're wearing light armor. I'm sorry, we're wearing padded armor, and it's giving us a damage reduction of 4. And the new clothing is a damage reduction of 0. So the way combat works in this game is your armor does damage reduction. So if somebody hits me for, say, 15 or 14 points of damage, because I've got padded armor, I'm going to get a damage reduction of 4. So 4 from 14 is 10. So I would only take 10 points of damage. You can also evade an attack, which completely will miss you. But you notice my recovery speed is minus 20% as opposed to the light armor, which I have no recovery speed. So if I look at my weapon here, you will notice some very interesting things. First of all, I'm using a pike, which is two-handed. It is speed slow, but I have a range of 1.75 meters. Interrupt, 0.75 seconds, which is strong. Strong. And then it gives me a certain amount of damage, and each damage is given a subcategory of pierce, slicing, whatever else there is there, and it's going to be used against the other person's deflection. This actually has a property which gives me increased reach there. So you can see that my attack speed is actually slow. My interrupt is 0.75 seconds though, so might be recovering pretty quickly there because my interrupt is not going to go down very much, so that's good. And we'll get to see some more statistics when we actually hit combat. Let's see what's over here. Zoom out a little bit. See what's over here. Oh, we got something over here. Go pick it up. Left click to pick something up. So we have Orland's Cradle. And also, I hate to keep going into the inventory screen here. But, oops, character. Nope. I want to go into this screen here. So you have your quest, your journal, your encyclopedia, and your notes. Okay, so the way experience is earned, you earn experience in this game by completing quests and doing things for others. And you earned a little tiny bit of experience points by fighting enemies. And the way it works with that is each enemy you come across will earn you a certain amount of XP based on how much you don't know about it. So I know nothing about anything. So the first time I fight, say, a wolf, I'm going to learn a little bit about it. So I'll gain a little bit of experience. Not much, just a little tiny bit. The next time I fight a wolf, I already know some of the information about a wolf. I know how tough he is. I know how he attacks. I know all that information. So I earn less and less experience points until the point where you know everything about a wolf. So fighting a wolf does nothing for you. It gives you no experience. You're not learning anything. So it's great. What I wanted to show you, though, was... I forget because now we got on this something else. But anyways, I guess we'll come this way and down this way. Oh no, there's something to look at, so we can click on it. The fallen tree doesn't budge, so this is a tree that's blocked our path.
I look forward to trying to lift that thing tomorrow.
So we're still looking for berries for my characters. Feeling a little sick here. What's this 15? Oh, that's my focus. Okay. Exploration is the key to Pillars of Eternity. As you make your way through the Eastern Reach, open the map area to see what parts of the map you've already been to and what's left. So again, M, you can see this is all the area we've explored. We've got a whole bunch more. You definitely want to explore as much as you can because you're never sure what... Oh, I know what I was going to show you. The crafting menu. So everything you pick up will allow you to... craft different things. Let's see if I can find that. I'm not sure where exactly the crafting menu is. Journal, biography, quests, tasks. Anyways, I'm not sure where that is actually. That's a little weird. Oh, we don't own the stronghold yet. So yes, so that's the other thing is you can actually get your own place here. Let's see if there's anything in here to pick up. Again, you gotta, being a 2D map that looks three-dimensional because it's beautiful, You just kind of mouse around until you get to an area where you see something that you might be able to interact with. So we're going to come down this way. There's a deer running. It looks like a stream. Looks like a body over there. Travelers, maybe. Let's see. Okay, so you notice when I put my cursor here, it doesn't actually show anything. But when I put my thing there, it says, oh, you can interact with this. So we have some weather armor and some lock pits. So in this case, we're going to go with, what's her name again? Glendon. We're going to click on her portrait and give her everything there. And we can examine. Cold to touch. Looks like they've been dead for a while. Okay. Actually, there's something down here, and it's all cool looking. We can't interact with any of that. Alright, we'll keep coming. So much better graphics than Baldur's Gate or any of the, if you try to play any of the old games. You can obviously zoom out to get a little bit better idea of where you're at, but I like to keep it somewhat zoomed in. Let's see what we got here. Use the tab key to highlight interactive. Oh, okay. So we can click that, and it'll show you all your interactive. Okay. Good to know. I knew that you could do that, but let's see. It looks like a little campfire over there, and something down over here. Let's just see if there's anything maybe hidden in the wall. Again, your perception still might, maybe there's an object here, and the game is already calculated your perception skill, what you needed, and maybe we just don't have a high enough skill to be able to see what's there. A little bit of fog over here. That's awesome, but nothing we're really interested in. We can look at the campfire here.
Not good.
Recent footprints around the campfire. Okay. Is there anything interactive here? Can we find anything? No. Okay. Well, I guess we're heading up this way. We're still looking for. Nope, nothing over there. All right, come back this way. Let's check out our map again. It looks like we'll maybe come up to this area over here.
What you need?
Oh, everybody.
Indeed.
All right, so Glidden has the wooden spear. We can, of course, choose our spells here. Combat only. This is not a combat spell. It costs me 10 focus to use it. Comes the object of a concussive blast of physical energy, suffering raw damage from the trauma. Okay. Oh, we got a little. Oh, look at that. 2 per res restores a moderate amount of endurance to the wearer each time it's used. Oh, that's what that bonus was.
Indeed.
Okay. Oh, highlight everybody. Let's come up here, see what we can find. I really would like to get to a little bit of combat so I can show you how everything interacts a little bit in the old combat system here. Oh, looks like we found something. What is this? Burned Lady. So eventually I'll find the crafting menu.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Check by the outcroppings. Okay. Okay, so combat is automatically be paused because we've spotted a young wolf, which happens to be in the red circle here. So now it's real-time combat, as I mentioned, but you can pause it at any time. So I can individually click on my character. So Calista, you're going to run up, and you're going to use your... looks like she's got an axe and a torch, which is fine. And then... twice per encounter, we can knock him down. So let's try to knock him down, and left-clicking on the target. So Shield's going to run up. He might come towards us, so they're going to meet about here. And then she's going to use her knockdown. My character, on the other hand, I will click on her portrait. She is going to use her spear, which is fine. And I'm not going to use any of my abilities, but I'm only going to come to about here. So this is where my character is going to go. And I'm going to unpause it. And we're going to see what happens. Oh. Yes. Everything I just told them. Thank you. Alright, so one of the things to keep in mind is now we can zoom in a little bit so you can see. See this little green arrow here? This means that these characters are engaged in combat. If one of these characters chooses to move away from the other opponent, they will get basically an attack of opportunity from their opponent, and they'll be able to get a free attack off on them. So once you're engaged in combat, you want to make sure you don't run away unless you need to, because you'll take an attack of opportunity. It actually shows the little icon of what she's doing, and right here it says, alright, so you can see our little bars here. This represents our endurance. When our endurance is knocked out, we will obviously be done for this combat, but not completely done. Okay, so she went intact. So now what we're going to look at is, let's see, here's our combat. Alright, so we see the Calista engaged the young wolf in combat. Alright, so what you're going to see here, and I'm actually going to turn it down to half speed here, is alright, so here's the way combat works. You're going to take your accuracy and you're going to subtract the other person's defense. And you're going to get a basic number, whatever that number is. In this case, it happens to be 1. Then you're going to roll a 100-sided dice, or 1 to 100. And you're going to find out the total. Obviously, they rolled a 63, added the 1 difference, and got a 64, which is a hit. Anything from 50 or higher is a hit. If you get 100 or higher, it is a critical hit, and obviously you'll do extra damage. Once you get a hit, you then take your damage, subtract the other person's damage reduction, and then you calculate all the other bonuses and penalties based on pierce resistance, what kind of attack it was, etc., etc. If you roll close to 50, and I'm not sure the exact number here, but not up to 50, like say we roll 40, it still might be considered a hit, but it's called a glancing hit. You do like minimum damage or very little damage, but it's still considered a hit. So what I want you to do is attack him as well. There we go. So now she's got the little attack thing on there. And again, you can pause this as much as you want. You see we're engaging here, he's engaging there. Callista's been hit for 1 piercing damage. We notice if we mouse over Calista, she has 46 of 48 endurance. Again, endurance is just your ability to withstand damage for this one fight. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it go on half speed, S, so we can see things. So what I want you to watch is the bars. Okay, you see this bar underneath my character. So I went and attacked, and this little bar is how long it takes me to recover and before I'm able to attack again. Callista just hit the wolf for 15, it looks like. Let's take a look at that attack. Callista, here's her attack. So she has an accuracy of 30, subtracted 27 defense. The difference there is 3. She rolled a 90 plus her 3 is a 93, which is obviously higher than 50, so it's a hit. She does 18 damage. The wolf only has 4 damage reduction. I'm sorry, she did 18.8 damage. The wolf has 4 damage reduction, so the difference between these is 14.8 damage. So in this case, it just rounds it up to 15. It's not going to pop up 14.8. I actually hit the young wolf interrupted Callista. So we talked about this in our last episode where he went and attacked me. The young wolf hit Callista for 1 point of I'm sorry, he hit Callista, didn't interrupt me. He interrupted Callista. So the young wolf hit Callista with his attack we just looked at, and it actually interrupted Clarissa's attack, so she had to start all over again. Then it came to me. I engaged the wolf. Glendon hit the wolf, but her accuracy is 25. You subtract the defense, you get a -2. The roll was a 32. -2 is obviously a 30, which is a graze, so we talked about that, which is not a full-on hit. And it ended up doing 11.3 piercing damage. That seems okay. Then I engaged on wolf and melee, and I hit it. or I'm sorry, Calista then engaged the wolf in melee and hit it for 14.8. So I'm just going to take it off and pause again. Let our characters, you see our little bar go down. As soon as our bar disappears, we'll be able to do something again. So looks like we killed the wolf. So the young wolf engaged Callista in melee. Callista hit it again for 11 damage. We gained 30 experience points, and we gained 12% of our beastry progress on wolf. So notice 30 experience points, 12%. So next time we meet the wolf, we'll have a little bit of information about it, but we'll learn less and less experience once we get up to 100%. And we killed the wolf. So there we go. Wolf is dead. Notice your pets, I don't believe, actually do anything in the game. You can actually get like a dog pets or something in the game. Highlight both of you. Now we got a wolf pelt. We're just going to go ahead and put that in our stash. We're just going to click on our stash, because we're not going to carry that around with us. So let's see what else we can find here. Oh, looks like we found the tree with some berries there. All right. So Calissa is using the aristocrat. Oh, she knows we're an aristocrat, so she's giving us this response. So if you were a different kind of character, maybe a wanderer or one of those other ones that we didn't choose, she might give you a different reply. So we're supposed to be for some big hotshot noble family, huh? My family has some clout among the elite, it's true. So my character is going to be kind of a little snotty that she's got money. Her family's got money. Yeah? How's it happen to come here? Family fortune's been squandered? Nope. Family considered me an embarrassment? Nope. I'm ashamed of my family? Nope. Since none of those apply, I'm just going to say it's none of your business. I think my family has sent me on this really important mission, but we still have lots of cool things. I must rebuild where I... Nope. My family considered it wants nothing to do with me. Nope. We'll just say that. Suit yourself. Okay. Sorry. I don't mean to be that way, but it's been a long time since I've been this way. Lord Redrick offers... you're here to settle like the rest? Nope. I'm just passing through. Usually the case with big city people. Probably somewhere I can make some money. I have no idea what to do. I'm going to continue on to the city see where that takes me. Yep, that sounds a good one. Closest one is Defiance Bay, the capital. A few days out. Got a nice place. Yada yada yada. Okay. Let's be on our way. Alright, let's get back to camp. Stream's that way. Alright, so we gotta go to the stream to see if we can get the water, because obviously we can't eat the berries. We have to... Alright, so... party gained 170 experience points.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting.
Oh.
At least he left the water.
Oh, we crouched to the riverbank and dipped water skin in the cool water. So we're getting some water. Other trees symbols our other companion here. And again, I'm just going to kind of bypass this and kind of just tell you what it says. If you want to stop and read it, that's fine. Starful, you alright? Oh my gosh, he falls on the ground. Big arrow in his back, that's not good. And of course, that means we've got enemies. Yep, there's an enemy. Oh, there's another enemy. Okay, pause it. So what do we have here? Well, let's see, my character here is... let's see, what do we got here? Looks like they got axes or something. This guy's got a club and a shield. This guy, I don't know what he's got in his hands, so let's go after him because he might be dangerous. So we'll both I can just highlight them both again, and just click on them, and we'll. Oh, he's shooting a bow. Okay, so I'm gonna go into slow mode again. So everything is basically half time when we're in slow mode. So normally, if in real time it took me 1 second to recover, it's actually going to take me 2 seconds in this. So just to kind of go over it again, we're engaged, and Calissa engaged. Then Calissa engaged him. Calissa hit them for 12.5. The hunter hit Gladden, hit our character for 6 damage. And then the other one hit us for 1 piercing damage. And then the hunter interrupted us again. So we're kind of stuck between both of them. So we auto-targeted when this guy got destroyed, which is great. So now we're going to turn around. You notice our bar here is starting to fill up. This is how much endurance damage we've taken. Again, endurance is how much damage we can take during the fight when this bar fills up. Notice our total health up here. I can't actually do that, but notice our total health is at 122, and that's because we took a little bit of damage from the wolf, and now we're going to take a little bit of damage from these guys. So the health is what you really, really want to worry about. And we also want to worry about endurance, because once we get knocked out in this fight, obviously we won't be any help. So now that we've killed this guy, we can now target this guy. So we're going to... Oh, nope. Right. There we go. I have to... Can't do it on the portrait. We've got to do it on his icon here. So we'll do that. See how she rotated away from attacking this guy and is attacking this guy. Again, we'll... Alright, so... Hunter crits our character for 10 damage. Oh! So notice the total there. We talked about getting 100 or higher for critical. So he did a critical hit against our character. Gladden, we might be we might be starting a new character here in a minute. So I'm going to click on our character, and we're actually going to cast this. So you noticed our little token here. Cast it. Alright, so let's catch up just a little bit. Normally I'm not going to do this for every fight. The first couple fights just to get used to how things are working. So the hunter hit our character for 4 damage. He interrupted us, so we were trying to cast our heal spell there. Then we hit the hunter for 6 damage, and then Gladden affects Gladden with the healing, which took 0.7 seconds, and then the hunter hit us again for 6 damage and interrupted us again. So this guy, Mr. Interrupt here, is just pissing me off. So notice it's not by rounds. It's not like, okay, my character goes, then he goes, then she goes. It's by whoever gets that little line there. Whoever gets that line down gets to act immediately then. So the faster you can get that line to come up again, the better off you'll be. So the question is, do we try to heal ourselves? Alright, we better do it, because we can do it twice per encounter, so we might as well do it again. Maybe, hopefully he'll miss this. Why is it not working? Yeah, she healed herself, 15 endurance. It's just a little bit, but we only have a little bit of endurance. Every little bit helps. Alright, we're still fighting this guy. There we go. Looks like Calissa has killed him. Boy, Calissa's done a lot better than I have. But we are actually not doing any of our focus at this point. I'm trying to save up a little bit of focus here. So again, notice how our disappeared. All that damage we took disappeared. I'm going to pause it for a second. So we get all of our endurance back. But you notice all the damage we take comes off of our total health. So basically your health is how much damage you can take total before you're down. Your endurance is how much damage you can take for just a short little combat time. Alright, so we got a bow, hide armor, amethyst, and some of that. So we will actually, a little bit more damage recover or damage reduction, but our recovery speed goes down. What's she wearing? Padded armor. She's wearing the same thing we are, really. Let's have her. Oh, we do get a bow, so that would be nice. All right, I'm just gonna pick them up myself. There we go. All right. Whew. All right. So first fight, pretty tough. Our character. Notice our focus went back down to 15 though. So I guess we only earned focus during the combat. So I guess I should probably be spending it a little bit more. And if I activate my special powers, that'll probably be a little bit better for us. So we got to go back to the camp here. So we're headed back to the camp. Oh, but we've run across somebody. In the meantime, good thing we paused. All right. So first things first. Do we know anything about this? What is this thing? Another hunter. Okay, so this case, what I think I'll do is, let's drag this, oops, drag the bow here, and you see I have multiple weapon sets. We're going to activate this one, and, let's see, our character is going to come here. Nope, you, go there. You go here, and then unpause. Oh, there's actually multiple of them. That's not good. Oh, there's triples of them. Okay, well, that's going to change everything. You hit him.
Yes.
You, maybe it's time for a, requires 10 focus. Oh, let's try to charm him. Which guy? This guy? Oh, it's got a range. Some we have to think about. What is a range? Right quick for the details. So here's the details of this action. It requires 10 focus, which we have 15 right now. It's slow speed, so we could get interrupted. It only has a range of 7 meters, which is pretty decent in this game. I think 7 meters is probably about as wide as this thing. Interrupt. Interrupt determines how likely an attack is to delay their opponent's current or next action and is rolled versus another character's concentration. Alright, so we have an average chance of interrupting. It's a faux target, so it will charm. So I believe foe is anybody that's in that area. Alright, so we will click on... I keep trying to target their thing. Let's try 7. She would have to come all the way over there. Let's try and get this big burly guy. Let's try this guy. Alright, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. We want to go at slow so we can... There we go. Hello? Did our spell... For some reason our spell didn't go off here. And... Oh, we did charm him. He's green. Duh. You tried to... Let's see what else we got. Oh, we're out of points. We got 5 points left. So now, I'm going to come after that guy back in the corner there. Shoot him with my arrow. So that charm worked beautifully. Charm this guy. Now we're both of these guys are attacking. I'm going to go in slow mode here. I like combat in slow because being real time, you know, okay, so we hit. We're doing some damage there. Looks like we just belted that guy. Now, he lost his charm, so now they're both attacking her. But notice we've got a little bit of focus because we are targeting them. That's fine. Just keep it going. Shoot that arrow. Okay, how long does it take? Get her. Come on, Callista, get him. So right now we're doing okay. We don't have much damage on us. Looks like we just killed a target. So good old Callista here, boy. She's working it. You attack him. There we go. So she did a well, their defense is really high. their damage reduction is really high, but he ended up interrupting the hunter and then killing it, so that's good.
Yes.
You attack this guy. Actually, move over here. Stop. Now we got 9 points. This is 10. This is 10. So both of them are 10. So we can't do anything until we do a little bit more damage here. So let's just try and take this guy out. Okay. Damage-wise, our characters are doing just fine. Looks like we killed that guy. So you can start heading over to that guy.
I'm here.
You. Let's try our other one here, the Mind Wave. Okay, okay, now this is something else I wanted to talk about. Notice when I go to cast this spell that it actually has, oops, come on, click it. There we go. I gotta click on my portrait. So it has a cone around it, and all the enemies will be affected, or all the targets will be affected inside that cone. Now the other thing to keep in mind is the normal spell would be just that red part. The yellow part that kind of extends it out is because of my intuition on my character. So if we go into my character sheet here, and we look at our intuition here, you notice I get an extra 36% area of effect and a 30% extra duration based upon my intuition skill there, having a very high intuition skill. So because of that, my spell is going to be that much bigger in effect. See that? Now, some spells are friend-foe, will recognize friend or foe. Some spells won't. This spell will not actually do that. It'll hurt everyone in there. So I want to make sure I don't actually want to do this until we get into position up here. So what I want to do is just right click to cancel that. I want to move up. I actually want to move up right about there. And Kalissa, you're going to move up and just start attacking him. Okay, so we're going to take it off of pause. Alright, so we got a little bit head start on her, not because we're faster, but because she had to wait for her attack to come through and gather her wits about her. And in the meantime, now we can probably cast her spell before. Bam, just like that. Alright, here we go. Bam! Alright, now everybody take that guy out.
Here.
I actually took a little bit of damage. What I might want to do, we'll just hope. Oh, looks like we got him. There we go. Excellent.
I shall.
Alright, last thing that I did was in the options menu was increase our auto radius for our auto loot. So we'll get all these items. And we're just mostly just going to put them in our stash there. Because we don't need any of them on our characters right now. Alright. Oh, we didn't get this one. Obviously our auto loot wasn't big enough. Stash, sure. Alright. We got some dudes. Alright, so notice our hit points, our endurance we cleared off, so we're back to full endurance. But notice our total hit points getting lower and lower and lower, so we can't get into too many more fights here. We're going to be in big trouble. Good thing Kalissa went with us, because looks like we got we got some dudes here. Alright, so big bad evil guy here is holding, looks like our caravan leader there. What does he say? Handful of other guys. There's one. There's probably another one maybe up there. I've got it zoomed in so it's hard to see. Lay down your arms. Don't forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. Because I have War 1, I can say the ruins have not been sullied by our hands, men of Ir Gelfen. If I didn't have that, obviously that option would not be there. We would not trespass, we merely wish to pass through. I don't know what you did, but I don't have anything to do with it. Murderers, you will pay for each life. You will try to kill us either way. Why make it easy? So my character, because she's got the lore, would say this. Boom. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Okay, well you can see might, perception, resolve, athletics. I don't have any of that. I do have an intellect of 15. So judging from the string of animal teeth around your neck, I am guessing you are worshippers of Gwaldin. If Gwaldin told you to stop protecting ruins, would you? That sounds pretty good. Let's try that. Man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Hoedin winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their belief, or because it's what you've been told? It's always what my people have known. He would not, he would not. So we basically challenged him into attacking us instead of killing the other guy. So, okay. Well, we got Hoedin out of there. It doesn't look like he took any damage, so that's good. So what does oh, he took just a little, or he has a little bit of damage. So character, he is a rogue. Of course he is, and he's using, looks like, a couple daggers here. All right, and he has leather armor. Okay, good. So he's got some defenses. They're not engaged yet because they don't have the little circle, so he could probably run over and attack somebody else. I want him to get away from this guy because I don't know, that guy could be bad news. So you run over there and do that. Kalissa, you take on the big bad guy because you're a badass. My little wimpy character will come over and fight this guy. Alright, let it... Oh, wait a minute. Go to half speed. There we go. Oh, now he's being engaged duels. Oh, wait a minute. You go back to my pike. There you go. Get up there with that spear. Okay, you target him then. Since he's... actually, you know what? Let's, attacks at will. So which one of these guys you don't think will be very willful? Actually, you know what? We could do... Target becomes the object of a concussion blast of psychic energy. Characters in the area behind the target fall, failing are knocked prone. Alright, see if we can get this so that... nope, I can't. Okay, so what I need to do is move here. Move there. Go. Nope, over there. Thank you. Now, you cast it right like that. This guy's going to get affected, but hopefully the rest of our characters won't. Go, get him. Excellent. Alright, so we knocked one guy in his ass. 5 damage there, 10 damage there, 5 damage there. Kalissa, let's take him out. You also take him out. Alright. That guy's still knocked down from our spell there. That was awesome. We have 10 points. We can actually do another one. We could try to become a traitor. Who's going to be the traitor? This guy here? Oh, that's the leader. Probably he won't. He's badly injured. This guy here, we can't target because he's knocked prone. Well, I don't want to waste it on a badly injured guy, so nope, just attack. Alright. He finished him off. That's good. So everybody's... We're targeting him. See the reds from the enemies targeting him. I'm targeting him, but I can move because you notice the red line doesn't come back. So he's not targeting me. I can move around to the other side. But I won't. I will just stay here and fight. Oh, we killed him, so that's good. So now you target the leader. You target the leader. You now target the leader. Everybody target the leader. Notice my spear I can stab from distance, which is awesome. It's just... And these fights will go a lot faster, obviously, if you don't leave it on half. But I'm going to leave it on half for a little while until probably this episode and next episode, just because I like to see the combat go and watch what everybody's doing, to learn how things... enemies laying on the ground and ask for forgiveness. Barely audible beneath the cloaking signs, a whisper of wind starts stirring in the air. The man's eyes roll back as he says them. Good, good. The gods are just. A queer smile across his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp. Okay, it looks like the whole place is going to get torn apart. Seated against the wagon, Master Odami looks directly at you. Tells us to run away, which of course we do, but the pig gets left behind. Looks like all kinds of magical effects are happening. We are running into the ruins he said do not go into. Great. So we strain against the gale. We climb it up. We're climbing up the slide there, trying to get to the ruins. He then trails behind, slowed by his injury. One of the attackers was beginning to feigning death, lunged and topples him to the ground. So we can throw our weapon at the attacker, or allow Hoiden to break free, or if we had dexterity, we might be able to do something else, which we don't. I'm not throwing my spear at him, so Hoiden, break free on your own. Wrestling free from the attacker's grasp, lands a blow. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay. All at once, the stream sought and Hoiden is dead. What? Whoa, 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 whoa! What happened? His body jerks back, and it looks like the wind starts enveloping him, and he ends up dying. We end up rushing in as fast as possible, and that's to this episode of Pillars of Eternity. Whoa! Screen is shaking, and we should be dead.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way.
Alright, well, we are in the ruins. Kind of forced into it, but yeah, it looks interesting. We gained some experience. I wonder if that means we have leveled up. Let's see. Let's look at our characters. Oh, here is our experience points. There we are. So just a couple hundred more and we'll level up to the next level. Let's see. She's the same. Okay. Unfortunately, with Hoiden dying, it only leaves us 2 characters to fight whatever's in the ruins, which we're going to get to see next episode. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next episode.